Emotional maturity is a cornerstone of healthy relationships and personal well-being. It signifies the ability to understand and manage one's own emotions, empathize with others, and navigate life's challenges with resilience and responsibility. When we speak of emotional immaturity, we're describing a persistent pattern of behavior where an individual struggles with these fundamental aspects of emotional life. At its core, emotional immaturity manifests as a difficulty in regulating one's feelings and responding appropriately to situations. This often includes a lack of self-awareness, an inability to take responsibility for one's actions, and a tendency to blame others. Emotionally immature individuals may struggle with empathy, prioritizing their own needs and feelings above all else. They might exhibit impulsive reactions, have trouble with commitment, or avoid difficult conversations. Instead of processing complex emotions, they may resort to anger, withdrawal, or passive-aggressive behaviors. This pattern can create significant strain in personal and professional relationships. In the context of parenting, emotional immaturity can have profound effects. An emotionally immature parent might struggle to provide consistent emotional support, often making their child's feelings about themselves. They may compete with their children or rely on them for emotional validation and comfort. Discipline can be inconsistent, driven by the parent's mood rather than the child's needs or established boundaries. Such parents might find it difficult to apologize sincerely or acknowledge their mistakes. The child often ends up taking on an adult role, becoming a caretaker for the parent's emotional state. The reasons behind a parent's emotional immaturity are complex and often deeply rooted. One significant factor is their own upbringing. They may have been raised by emotionally immature parents themselves, lacking a healthy model for emotional development. This can create a generational cycle of unaddressed emotional needs. Unresolved trauma from their past can also stunt emotional growth, leading to defense mechanisms that prevent true maturity. These individuals may never have learned healthy coping mechanisms or how to process difficult experiences. A lack of self-awareness or opportunity for introspection further compounds this issue. Societal pressures can also play a role where vulnerability is discouraged and emotional expression is suppressed. Some individuals may simply lack the tools or resources to engage in self-reflection and personal growth. The fear of confronting one's own flaws and pain can be a powerful barrier to emotional development. Children raised by emotionally immature parents often face significant challenges. They may develop anxiety, low self-esteem, and difficulty forming secure attachments in their own lives. These children might internalize the parent's immaturity, believing they are responsible for their parents' happiness or distress. They can become overly responsible, people-pleasing, or struggle with their own emotional regulation. The lack of a stable, emotionally responsive parent can leave lasting imprints on a child's psychological landscape. This can perpetuate the cycle of emotional immaturity into future generations. Recognizing emotional immaturity in ourselves or others is the first step towards change. While challenging, emotional growth is always possible, regardless of age. It requires self-reflection, a willingness to acknowledge past patterns, and often professional support. Breaking these generational cycles involves conscious effort to learn new emotional skills and foster healthier relationships. By understanding the roots and manifestations of emotional immaturity, we can cultivate greater empathy, encourage personal growth, and build a more emotionally resilient society.